big fan of cold plunges as well, and you're right. When you do it in a methodical way, the way that you approach the world changes because you have to,
Mhm.
like you said, you have to breathe, you have to focus, you have to really get all your sensations under control to stay in that water. And then you get out, and now you're no longer reacting to the world in
Right.
the same old way that you used to, right? So very similar with meditation, right? Are you a meditator as well?
Yes, I do. It's actually, I have a protocol that I do every night where I work with all my clients, personal training clients and recovery clients. Um, the protocol, it starts about an hour before bed, where this is your. It's the only time I find to be your own time. That hour before bed, everyone's getting ready for bed. This is your time, and so what I suggest to people is start off, get your brush up, wash up, do what you got to do. Then from that point, start a clock for about an hour. At that hour mark, right after I brush and wash, I do a full brain dump. Everything I need to do for the next day is dumped onto a piece of paper. I write it all out. It's not a to-do list. It becomes a to-do list when I wake up in the morning. I don't do it in order, but everything you have to get through. So you're literally emptying your mind. Then from there, once the brain dump is done, I'll take my supplements. I take L-theanine, I take magnesium to help me sleep. Just again, the L-theanine helps me clear my mind a bit more. Then I will meditate. I don't meditate right before bed. I don't do it in bed. I don't want it to be, I want to really enjoy my meditation. So I'll do about a 10 to 15 minute guided meditation. Throw my AirPods in, sit in the corner of the room or wherever I am where nobody else is, dim the lights a bit. Not that it matters, my eyes are closed. And I meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes. And it's amazing. I'm convinced I've fallen asleep doing it sitting upright because I'm there's nothing there. I've dumped it. I'm not thinking about anything. And then from there, I've got about another half an hour left in my evening where I just will read. I'll just sit. It allows me to have one of the most uninterrupted, joyful sleeps where I'm out. So meditation is a huge part of that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I do it as well, and again, it's like the cold plunges is one of those things that it helps me not being reactive to the world. I can actually be in
Right.
the world and not just be triggered by everything that is trying to trigger me, which inevitably happens every time you walk out the door. Like you don't even have to walk out; you
Right.
just have to turn on.
Turn the TV on.
Yeah.
There's so much out there. If we can not react, right, and we're always going to react in some way. Uh, you know, tensions in the world the last 6 months gotten worse and worse and worse. Where there's always something, but we need to find a way to breathe it out, let it go. And again, it started by doing a meditation. I challenged myself to do a meditation. It was January 1st, 2021. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to meditate every day for a month to see how it goes. And that was a huge one for me and for most people because it's daunting. What do you mean? I got to chant, I got to come up with a mantra word. And I can tell you, if you do, I don't know if you do yours with a word, with a mantra word. And they say, find a word that has no meaning and can't be matched to another word. You give me any word and I will somehow find a way to match it to another thing. Like, I don't care what word you give me. I am going to do like on Sesame Street where they kind of like get the two Latin words together and they bring them together for another word. That's me. So it's because I would try meditating and I would try getting that like that mantra word, and I'd be like, and I found ones that are meant for me, my age, my birth date, did all that. Every single one of them somehow manifested into often something triggering. So now it's just that's why I do that protocol of brushing your teeth, washing your face, doing your bed routine, doing that brain dump so that I don't have anything associated with the next day. So that hour is like no man's land. This is nothing's penetrating because I've cut off from the day and I'm not part of tomorrow yet. This is just the extra hour of sleep we got on the weekend type of thing.
Oh, that's fantastic. I had a very similar experience with meditation. I tried many different types of meditation, and eventually I bumped into mindfulness meditation. And that's what I use now. But I also found out that as I as I found a way to make mindfulness meditation work for me, then I realized that other types of meditations that, at least in my mind, weren't working for me in the past, all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
became useful, right? So it's, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of keep trying and not being in a state of expecting a result, but instead of just doing it every day for 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Right, and that's all you have to do. And if you look at anything, if we can build up how hard it's going to be, we can put up all the roadblocks. It's like with somebody, the resilience of somebody quitting drinking. What do you mean I can't have a drink for the rest of my life? How about we worry about just right now, right? Like, like if I said to you, when's the last time you had warm milk to help you sleep? I had that all the time as a kid. I've never thought about it since then. But at the time, if you said to me when I was a kid, I couldn't have my warm cup of milk every night, I'd be like, oh my God, what do you mean? How am I going to sleep? But it was never a conversation. It was just, my parents just stopped giving it to me when I was a kid. It never came up again. But when we say, like, you can never do this, that whole you can never drink it, well, how will I live my life without that drink? I don't know. Most people do it without a problem, right? The problem is
Yeah.
we are a unique set of people. We really are. And I have yet to find somebody who is in recovery who has not gone on. It doesn't have to be massively world changing, but it's their world that's changed that they go on to do something even greater and better. I've never met somebody who doesn't have that story. We're unique in that way where we have to use this trigger, this tool to help us when we're triggered. When we don't have that tool, we're firing on all cylinders. Amazing things happen afterwards. Like it's unbelievable.